Hi guys, welcome to this week's video. So this week we're going to be installing our hearth. So we've got some old big stones lying in the garden. So I've got hold of them and I've power washed them. And I just want to clean them off, get any mud or dirt and debris off, but not take too much of the character out of the stone. So I'm power washing them, give them a good clean. Then I've cleaned the area where the hearth is going to go. We're going to bed them in with the same lime mortar that we've used to point the walls. We're still using the 1 lime to 3 sand ratio. And as the stones are different sizes, I'm going to start with the thickest stone and put at least 2 centimeters of mortar at the bottom. Then lay that, make sure that's level, and then I'm going to use that to level off the rest of the hearth. So I'm going to bed the stones in with a full layer of mortar so that the stones are completely sat on mortar. And the reason I'm doing this instead of a dab and dot is because the stones aren't level, and if there's any movement, it's more likely to crack the stones or the mortar. So I'm putting a full bed of mortar on the bottom, then I'm putting the stones on top. So once I've put the stones down and I've got the right level based off the first stone that I put in originally, I can then take the stone back off and I'm just making a pattern, scoring the bedding so that when I put the stone back on top of it, it kind of sits nicely onto the bedding of the mortar. What I'm going to do is also wet the back of the stone as well, just so the mortar doesn't dry too quickly. The same as we did with the wall, we sprayed it with water. So I'm using a rubber hammer so I don't damage the stones, and I'm just whacking them slightly so that they make sure they're in contact with the mortar at the bottom. And also if I need to just level it out, level the stones, then it's quite good, handy to do that with the mallet as well. And I'm just leveling them off with a large leveler. From the first stone we put at the beginning, which is obviously the thickest stone, so that they're all at the same height. So this means that some areas of the mortar is a lot thicker than others, depending on the thickness of the stone. So finally, I'm just going to fill in between the stones and point the stones basically with the mortar. Then I'll brush it down like I did with the wall once it's had a few hours to dry. There we are, the hearth's in place, it's looking really good. The cats already can't wait for the stove to be installed so they can sleep in front of it. But it's looking really good, I'm really happy with it. It's slightly higher at the front here, but that's because we're going to screed the concrete floor. And then we're also going to have tiles as well. So it'll come up by about 5 centimeters. Anyway, but we'll still see the front of the stones as planned, and obviously it will still be higher than the original floor. Thanks for watching this week's video, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Please subscribe, clicking the button on the screen now, and I'll see you next week. Cheers guys, bye!